But before we start the class, before we get onto the topic of why we're just feeling so awful, I want to introduce you to somebody very special. Her name is Sherrece. Sherrece was at camp in January and she was feeling awful. And I want her to come on here because January was 3 months ago, and now it's April. And I want to have her talk with you guys about this is how she's feeling now, because she was one of those that was feeling awful. So I'm going to bring Sherrece on. Hi, Sherrece. Let me get you on here, girlfriend.
Hello.
Hi. How are you, girl? How you doing, sister?
I'm great.
Thank you for joining us. I just am so excited you're here, and you have such an amazing story. And I want the girls to hear kind of like where you were just like 3 months ago, because you came to camp in January, right?
Yep.
And tell us what was going on. How are you feeling?
I was at a loss. I was feeling terrible. Every day I woke up feeling sick, no energy, kind of down in the dumps all the time. It kind of affected my mindset as well. And I was at the point where I was pre-diabetic and was ready to start injections weekly, and that scared me and knew that I needed to do something else. I would exercise daily and got nowhere until this program has been an absolute blessing.
Wow. So did you go to your doctor and they diagnosed you with prediabetes?
Yes, I did.
And do you remember what your A1C was at that time?
It was, what was it?
Well, that's okay. Your blood sugars were in the 140s, right? Like 130s,
Yep.
140s, right?
Yep.
And so you went to your doctor and he's like, hey, girl, your blood sugars are a little high. You have prediabetes. We should start you on insulin injections.
Yes.
And that to you was just like, no way. I've got to figure something else out, right?
Exactly.
Did you know what you should do? Did you have any idea where to start?
I didn't until my great friend recommended me getting in touch with you. And it's been life-changing.
Yeah. So you came to camp and you learned a lot at camp, right? We talk
did.
a lot about like insulin resistance, and we talk a lot about, pre-diabetes and all of that. So I want you to talk about what was kind of the first big change you saw when you started applying some of the principles that I taught you at camp. What were some of the first things that you noticed about your health?
My energy was better, my mindset, my gut health. I could tell just the number one first thing I'll never forget is the inflammation that had, when we eliminated the 12 bad foods, I noticed a huge difference in my body.
Yeah, that is a big one. And you're like you said, your blood sugars were 140s, 120s, 130s, I think. And that's not, I mean, that's pretty high, right? And after seeing the classes here in the group and also coming to camp, that chronic high blood sugars like that are like shards of glass inside of your cells and inside of your arteries and your veins, and damages your nerves. And so that's pretty scary. You probably didn't know that at the time.
I did not.
Right. So, I mean, you caught it and started doing stuff right away. So when I asked you earlier about, why you decided to get your health back, you made a statement and said you wanted me back. You said, I wanted the me back and the confidence. What did you mean by that?
I felt like I lost touch of who I was and just kind of depressed and very anxious. And I'm normally a bubbly, confident person, and my health was taking me, the real me, and the way I felt by feeling so icky. It kept taking all that away from me. And I finally, since January, I believe it was 29, to be honest, I have gained so much back. There's just, I have nothing but a million good things to say about this. I have family and friends that notice it, my husband, my kids, my patience is way better.
and yeah, because you're a mom, right? You have two children?
Of three.
Or three. You have three children. Yep. And I just, honestly, that was one thing I remember about you is you're just this really amazing, bubbly, woman that just, you wanted to feel better so bad. And I think a lot of it was you wanted to feel better for your kids.
Yes. and be active
and
with them.
yeah, to be active with them. And I'm telling you, in 3 months, I'm going to show the graphic here, but in 3 months, we got to show the world what you did. I mean, Sherrece, this is incredible. Your blood sugars between 120 140 now, 120 to 140. Now they're averaging 60 to 90.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. You lost 28 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Awesome.
and this is under 3 months. Your
Mm-hmm.
inches are about 29. We still have a weigh-in coming up here in the end of the month, so I don't know if these are probably change. And you're off medications. You're off one, right?
I'm
And
off of, yep, all of them except for the one, and I'm almost close to getting off of that one where I'll be on no more meds.
oh my gosh. And you're down
Mm-hmm.
4 sizes. I mean, when you look at this, I mean, like really think about that. Like, if you wouldn't have decided to make a decision 3 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about that. Wouldn't that just be a shame? Where you'd still be struggling, you'd still be not knowing what to do.
Yep. This program is my God wink.
Your God wink.
It is.
But I'm proud of you. I mean, and you have to be proud of yourself too, because you did the work.
I am.
Yeah. What was the biggest, let's talk first about like, what was, when you came to camp and you decided to participate and do some of the things I was implementing at camp, what was the first thing you noticed? You said your energy was one, but what was the first thing you noticed as far as like the protocol and how you were feeling besides the energy? What was one of the other things that you noticed?
Oh, well, the support.
Oh,
The support is
yeah,
unreal.
let's talk about that.
The sisterhood, it's great. You're not alone, and everyone's there to support you, and it's great to know that you're not alone.
Yeah, right. I think so many times women, I tracked a lot of women in this group that are very intelligent. They're very smart. We don't struggle. These women in this group do not struggle with lack of intelligence. What they struggle with is they being misled. They've been told by their medical doctors and told by, there's so much information in the world. You go to Google and 15 people are telling you to do different things, right? So there's so much confusion. And so women just get frustrated because they don't know what to do and where to start.
Mm-hmm.
And then they try to do it by themselves, alone, try to figure it out. And that creates a whole nother overwhelming, scenario, right?
Exactly.
So camp, you come to camp and you meet all the women and just the camaraderie that we have, it does
Right.
make a huge difference. Do you think you would have been able to do this on your own?
No.
Why? Why do you think?
Just that support and knowing you're not alone, and you giving us and teaching us the skills that we need and what foods are right for our bodies. And yeah, that's my whole thing. I don't know, the support is great, and just the education piece of it and learning so much. I never knew I've had insulin resistance forever, never understood it till this, and now that is the one big thing I will take from this too, the lock and the key. And
you are like you are a really good coachable, and you're like a good student for sure, because you definitely, you are the kind of woman that succeeds in this program, because the women that succeed in this program are the ones that are sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. And they just need somebody to say, hey, I want to learn how to do this. Help me figure it out. So tell me what to do and I'll do it. Right. And that's what's so unique about the camp and the academy, is that we actually will take a look at your situation and we customize it for you, because we're not all the same. We don't all need the same things. Our bodies are all different.
Right.
We all come from very different molds.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I was looking at pictures of you just from 3 months ago, and then just the comparison it's crazy. Your skin looks better. Of course you're leaner, but just everything, you're brighter, your energy, your attitude, everything is just so much happier.
My husband says I have my sparkle back. So,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's great.
So let's talk about your cravings. You had a lot of cravings, right? 3 months
I did.
ago. What were you craving? What was the worst?
Sweets
Sweet.
and ice cream. Ice cream and yeah, that was my thing, that I had the sweet tooth. I can
And
tell
so
you
when you
now,
had those cravings, did you just try to like not, did you actually eat a lot of the cravings, or did you eat a lot of sugar, or did you just like, nah, I'm gonna force myself not to have sugar, and that would just be really hard to do?
in the beginning, when I first started, I did give in to that temptation
Yeah.
until I learned to sit with that uncomfortableness and get through that emotion, because a lot of it led to emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And now I can walk past it. It actually doesn't even look good to me.
Isn't that crazy?
My body
Yeah,
doesn't
and
need it.
right, and when your blood sugars are high, like they were, 120, 140 is high. That means your insulin is high, and when your insulin is high, your body craves sugar.
Mm-hmm.
When we transition your body, we reduce the inflammation, and we turn you into a fat burner. The cravings go away, and that's why the cravings are gone now.
Wonderful.
Because you don't
Great.
have you're healing your body. And I know I say this a cajillion times, and the girls in this group probably get sick of me saying it, but it's the only thing, it's the most important thing. We've got to heal the body on what?
A cellular level.
Yes. If we don't heal the body on a cellular level, you will never feel well. You will continue to feel awful.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations, girl. I got to show this graphic one more time because it's
Thank you.
so amazing. 28 pounds, 29 inches, down 4 sizes, almost off all your meds. You're off like 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this quote here. You said, "I'm so proud that I didn't give up and I gave this lifestyle a chance, and I was successful. I can do it, and I did do it." Amazing. I knew when I met you, I knew that you would never quit. You're
Nope.
bound and determined. When you start feeling better, it's like you don't want to
Yeah.
quit, right?
Exactly. Exactly. I'm so excited what this new chapter, this new lifestyle, it's amazing. I have me back.
Yeah, right. If you could give anybody who's watching this some advice about why they should come to camp, what would you tell them?
Believe in yourself. You deserve this. You deserve this chance. Give
Mhm.
yourself this chance because you deserve it 100% to
Mhm.
feel good.
Yeah, and one last question, because I get asked this all the time, and the women watching you, I show these graphics, and they're like, "How? No way! How can you lose 30 pounds in less than 3 months? And how can you get off medications?" And I just want them to hear this from you. But was it really that hard? I mean,
No,
it wasn't, right?
no.
Why do you
And
think? Why?
you don't feel deprived. Like that's why a lot of people give up. You feel deprived. You feel no. And if I can do it, so can you. And I remember hearing this too from others, with throughout life. No, honestly, it's just so different.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I
good.
wanted you to say that to everybody, that it wasn't that hard, because
No.
here's what I want to say is, even if it's a little hard, like even if you join the program, come to camp, and I give you all this information and it feels a little hard, it at least, if it's hard getting a good result, I mean, if at least it's a little hard losing 30 pounds, losing inches, getting off medications is a little hard, at least you're getting a net positive result, and it's becoming easier, versus it's hard staying sick and feeling awful. That's harder.
Exactly.
Right? Don't you think it's harder to be 30 pounds heavier, not know what to do, be frustrated, and have no energy for your kids, and not have you back? Isn't that harder to live that life? 3 months
That is
ago,
harder.
3 months ago, that's where you were. You would have still had that if you wouldn't have made that
Right.
one decision to get your butt to camp.
And all the aches and pains, like it was awful the way I felt. And that has gone away. It has.
So great. I'm so proud of you, girl.
Thank you.
I am. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for sharing your story. I know a lot of these women in here, they might want to tag you in the group and ask you questions. Are you okay with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I thank you for sharing. You're amazing. And I'm so excited for you, and just your next steps and your next goals that you're going to be achieving.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that, because that's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm going to be a triber.
Yes. You sure are, girl. Thank you for sharing, Sherrece. Love
Yes,
you, girl. Have a
thank
great
you.
night.
You
Okay.
too.
Bye-bye.